Hi, so I didn't get back into making videos this year. Needless to say, the unpleasantness, as I am calling it, has been a little bit rough. But yeah, I haven't really gotten around to doing much of anything, but I wanted to do something that might bring me some semblance of something that sparks joy, I don't know, and I finished the sketchbook. Oh great, my nails look fantastic. I finished the sketchbook yesterday, and I have had this sketchbook since 2013, or like I've been using it since 2013 on and off at the beginning and more frequently towards the end, but it's a big boy, as you can see, and it's probably going to take me multiple videos to get through all of this, and the lighting isn't great right now because I waited until like past 10 o'clock to do this because, like I said, I haven't been getting much of anything done, but I'm just gonna, nobody asked for this, nobody's probably even interested in this, but I'm just gonna like flip through the sketchbook and tell you some stuff about what's in it, so let's go, I guess. Okay, so starting off, this is the first thing that's in here, which is a drawing of the main character and the love interest from a novel I've been working on since I was like 10, and the reason that they appear to be naked is because I was not and still am not great at drawing clothes, but the sketchbook has, like, it's roughly in chronological order, like everything that's actually drawn into the sketchbook is in chronological order, but then I've used, like, if there's pages that I skipped or that bled through or something, I've stuck, like, other pieces of art on the opposite page, so some of it's not in perfect order, which you will probably see immediately. Yeah, because I think this one is later than some of the other stuff. Maybe not, actually. But yeah, this was some fan art I did when I had just gotten into Doctor Who, 2013. So yeah, that was my last year of high school. This was acrylics, and this is like a loose piece of paper. It's just stuck in here. This was on my wall for a while. This was actually done on a piece of paper from a different sketchbook, I think. This is another character from my novel, and this was my first attempt at sort of trying to do a realistic face with colored pencils. I had at that point mainly been drawing like realistic faces in like graphite, so I was kind of very surprised that I could do it this well with pencils at this point in early 2014, which yeah. I have been fairly good at dating my art, which is nice. Okay, let me check that I'm still in frame. So this is again a loose piece of paper, and it's fan art for the game Zombies Run, which is like a phone game that you can play sort of while going on jogs or runs. And this was a sketch for an art that's in here. Yeah, then on the next page, which was my friend at the time asked me to do all the characters from Supernatural as women, like gender bent. I'm still quite happy with the car, although I don't, in retrospect, agree with the decision to make the car pink, but I think my friend requested that. And I'm quite happy with how female Dean's face came out. I like that. The proportions are kind of all off and everything, but that I kind of liked. That was a kind of a fluke at the time. This is a map, which is again one of the places in my novel. I think I actually just I was writing or editing and I needed to know which way is north, and I looked everywhere, and then I finally found this map in here, and then it didn't have a compass, so I think I just added this compass like a couple of months ago. Okay, so these are some drawings that I did based on requests on Tumblr. This one I was very proud of at the time because I did this directly in marker, like without a sketch. And And yeah, this is a Discworld Sherlock crossover. Okay, so neither of these were originally in this sketchbook, but these were empty pages, so I stuck these in here. This one I did in 2013, so this is older than some of the stuff you saw up until now. And then I redrew it in 2015, so both of these are sort of out of order in here. But yeah, I basically drew 3 panels, or I guess drew both of these a little bit from the Hounds of Baskerville episode from Sherlock, which I was very into at the time, in case you couldn't tell by now. And yeah, on this one I used very poor quality watercolors on paper that wasn't intended for watercolor, and you can see the sort of difference in vibrancy in the colors and everything, like especially the darks are like very chalky and pale. There was something, oh yeah, Sherlock standing in the background in this frame I do like better in this one than in this one, but other than that I think this is a big improvement. And I also like realized that the proportions were wrong in this, like the sort of proportions of the screenshots that I had are like these proportions and not these ones, and that's one of the reasons why everything is sort of bent out of shape. This is going to take so long if I spend this long on everything. This was an icon I made for myself on Tumblr, and this is just a poor sketch. I think I did these at a friend's birthday party. We were trying to draw Disney characters from memory. I used to do this, I don't anymore. I should probably, but I would go to those websites that give you like a certain amount of time to draw a figure. They have both like clothed figures and naked figures, and I would do that kind of figure drawing occasionally, though I don't much anymore. Yeah, this bothers me that there are still some completely empty pages in here, but it is what it is. It bothers me less than it would bother me to sort of draw something into the like 2014, 2015 section now in like 2020. I was doing an internship at a school, and we were teaching the kids about comics, and I was gonna do a sort of demonstration. I copied a page from an Asterix comic, and I was gonna sort of do it like make all of the panels from sort of the same perspective and the same like size and everything, to sort of demonstrate how boring comics would look if the like artist didn't vary the perspective and the size. But then after I drew the first panel, I realized that because it's going to be all from the same perspective, it would be much easier for me to just use the first panel and then digitally duplicate it so that I didn't have to draw it like a million times over. A little empty page. I believe this was a request of Gollum having a tea party, again from Tumblr. These were figure drawings. Hello, Kiwi? Don't yell at me, I'm doing something right now. This was Ned Stark from A Song of Ice and Fire, which I later colored digitally. I think that was the last thing I colored with GIMP before I switched to Fire Alpaca. This was a page of concept sketches that I started for my novel and never finished. There are so many empty pages in here that really annoys me. These were some... I was trying to practice figures again, and these were some pictures of my friend. She posted them on Tumblr. I think she gave me permission to use, I think I asked for permission to use these as a practice. And I did these directly in like an ink nib pen. But they didn't come out great, so then I did a new version in pencil, which was much better. At the time, at least. These were sketches of a different friend. Yeah, I definitely recall now that I asked like people to tag me in their selfies if it was okay for me to draw them or something. those were just some random sketches because my cousins had those, you know, top model books where you can like draw fashion stuff and like color them in, and I designed a character that I liked and I tried to recreate it myself, and it didn't turn out as nice as the... yeah, you get the idea. Okay, this is, I think, when I finally started using all the pages. Yeah, these were some ideas. Me and a friend from university were planning a children's book that we never got around to finishing or really even starting. And this one is accidentally upside down. I started trying to draw another request on Tumblr and apparently failed at it, and then succeeded once I switched to pencil. You can see there's a trend here, maybe. Okay, I didn't completely switch to using both sides of the page, apparently. These were plans for... me and my dad have done a couple of different issues of a children's book series. He used to tell us stories about this, like, squirrel who's a doctor when we were kids, and then we started making sort of children's books of that for my younger cousins at some point. We haven't done it in a couple of years now because, I don't know, I'm lazy, but yeah, this was planning for one of those. I think maybe even the... yeah, this is probably the last one I did. Oh yeah, I tried to draw Deadpool. It didn't go well. More figure sketches. This was planning for back when I still watched Draw with Jazza videos. I participated in one of his challenge of the month, and I actually think I got like an honorable mention or whatever from this. I quite like the art that I made. I think I gave it to my mom. But yeah, I don't watch Jazza anymore. If you're interested in why, I can make a whole video about that. This was when I got my first alcohol markers, and I was just playing around with them, and I actually quite like the character that I came up with. You'll see that most of the characters I've drawn with markers have dark skin, because for the longest time I didn't have any light skin tones. This was sketching for another Jazza thing, challenge of the month. What am I thinking? Right. This is from 2017. Now I don't know if you can see the dates, so we've progressed from 2013 to 2017 at this point. Oh, this is earlier in here than I thought it would be. These are the initial sketches for my first drawing of my Zodiac Witches series. I'll link that playlist in the card thing, if I can remember to do that once I've posted this video. I was meaning to do a series where I sort of go through all my concept art and then the finished pieces of the Zodiac Witches series, but that's another thing I never got around to, so if anyone's interested in me doing that, because I didn't make a video out of all of them, so just let me know if anyone's interested. I doubt anybody's watching this video this far in, but you know. That was the second Zodiac Witch, that was Taurus, the first one was Aries. These were my drawings when I watched the first season of Riverdale before it became hot garbage. These were plans for a drawing of Carrot from Discworld. Somebody requested their cat named Carrot and then the character Carrot, so I tried to draw that. Getting back in frame. There's really... what is making that shadow? Is it me? Okay, this is after I saw Wonder Woman. I think I went to see that with my brother's girlfriend because I was meant to go with someone else, but then they cancelled. But it was fun. And yeah, this was my initial sketch, and then I did a more cleaned up version. And also, I think this is, yeah, it says right here, Danica Sill says complementary colors listen. I was inspired by that, and so then I did. Did I write complementary colors? That's complementary with an E. Dumbass. This is still 2017, apparently. Another blank page. Oh, right, this is a blank page. I remember now, because I liked this drawing, and I didn't want to, I did draw on it. Was this even... No, this wasn't. Was it? No, this wasn't the final art. I did another version after this where I, like, inked it and watercolored it. And that's why this is, like, loose, because I ripped it out from here so I could trace it with my light box. That's why this is like this. Another Zodiac Witch concept. Some poor anatomy sketches of the Golden Trio for Draw This Again that I did apparently in 2017. Some random sketches, some dreary sketches apparently. Yeah, these were more random sketches of people I had reblog post of on Tumblr. These were drawings of my cat when he was a small baby. I think I was trying to learn how to draw feet here. Yes, it says, hello, what is a foot? I don't know what the skull is doing here, and I think this is Annika Victoria. This was designing an outfit for the main character in my novel. Another dark-skinned person in markers. Also another character. Apparently when I draw random dark-skinned people, I usually end up liking them. Who knew? And this is a digitally cleaned up version of those sketches that you saw earlier. This was planning for a color palette challenge drawing of a librarian girl. These are sketches for a drawing I did of our boy Draco being really dramatic. Zodiac Witch planning Lord Veterinary. I don't know how to say that in English. I've never tried to say that in English. Here's a more digitally refined sketch of Draco being dramatic. And maybe I should flip that for you. And this is a character from the Kingkiller Chronicle, but in certain outfits that were picked for me, and I cannot remember her name. I feel like it starts with a D, but I'm not sure. It's been a while since I read those books. That's Death from Discworld, again, an outfit request. I was trying to learn how to draw hair, like sort of make chunks of it, I think. I was quite happy with this one. Am I still in frame? Yes, I'm still in frame. I have no idea how long I've been going. I probably should stop soon and save the rest for another video, but this was Leo for the Zodiac Witches. This is Susan from Discworld, again one of those specific outfits, and the skin tone turned out like garbage here because I didn't have any lighter skin tones, and yeah, I tried to mix like a warm gray and a yellow and it didn't turn out. These were sketches for a Stranger Things collaboration that I did with a friend. And these were for another color palette request of a character from Unseen Academicals. Don't yell at me, Kiwi! No! Stop yelling! Gosh. This was a more finished sketch of that character. And then this is my mom asked me for a banner for a Facebook group of a research project that she was working on, so those were some concept sketches for that. This one is very smudged. It's Virgo for Zodiac Witches, and then some more Golden Trio, but this time as small babies. I like this face. I should use that somewhere. I haven't drawn any Harry Potter stuff in a long while though. More Stranger Things sketches. What is that? Oh, that seems to be something. Yeah, it says Project for Awesome 2017. I made a video about a sort of city underwater, and I guess that was my sketch for that. And this was when I made a New Year's resolution to learn how to draw like buildings and stuff. I didn't do that for very much, but that's a very cute cat though. Some sketches of hugs, I guess. More Golden Trio, but this time you can't really see it because the pen is so neon. I like this face though. And then I tried to draw some women with sort of varied body shapes, I guess, because I think I saw one of those posts about like animated characters and how like there's a lot of variation in male animated characters, like body shapes, and sort of they have like sometimes unrealistic body shapes, but you don't see that a lot in female characters, so I guess I was just playing around with that. These were some sketches for the first oil painting I did since I got my water mixable oils. This is now early 2018. That is a really nice sketch. I wonder why I didn't go with that. Maybe it was too simple. I should do something with that. Here I was trying to learn how arms work. This is more sketches for Virgo. I really struggled with the pose for that one. I had done the concept sketches like a long while ago, like all the way back here, and then I started trying to draw the actual thing and it wasn't working, so I had to try to figure out the pose again. And yeah, this is some anatomy studies, I guess. One of my friends at the time, I have the wrong year there. It was January, so that's understandable. But yeah, one of my friends at the time was doing this like 100 hands challenge, and as you can see I got 6 hands in and then I got bored. ADHD brain, I guess. These are some characters from my novel. These are some characters from my novel for the coin challenge. Oh, this is the beginning of 2018 was the year when I, like, for at least 6 months I made a video every week. This was one of the earlier ones, I think, when I was making weekly videos. I like that dog, he looks funny. This was me trying to draw landscapes or buildings. And a blobfish, apparently. And yeah, drawing is making me angry today. Well, I can see from the art that I made that it wasn't going well. Still trying to figure out the pose for Virgo. This was another complementary color challenge, I think. It's getting so dark. Ugh. What's the point of the finished summer if I can't even make videos in the middle of the night? And I guess it's because my windows are on the eastern and not the western side. This was when I decided that, I can't remember the name of that actor, but that John Bernthal, maybe? The guy who plays the Punisher, that he looked, or like reminded me of Vimes, so that's that's my trade secret. Whenever I draw Vimes, I use him as a reference. Again, I was trying to draw houses, I guess. This was when I was looking at pictures of abandoned houses and then trying to draw them. For some reason, when I posted these on Instagram, it got like a lot of likes, and I don't know why. Another zodiac witch. This is Libra. This is the best one out of all of the zodiac witches, and it was like, again, a total fluke. I think it came out so cool because I did like a wash of a sort of orangey yellow over the whole thing. And so all the colors mesh together really nicely. What is that? It is frightening me. What's happening? God. This was a study. This was planning for that Drary comic that I have 2 different videos, maybe even 3 on my channel of. These are the same characters as we saw all the way back on the first page. But these were 3 marker challenges, I think. I wish I had written these things down. This is Vimes and his son, young Sam. This was a drawing of Terry Pratchett on the 3rd anniversary of his death. I have a video of this up on this channel. This was my sketch for a drawing of Leia for Star Wars Day, May 4th. And this is one of my sketches / line arts for the Drary comic. And this was me trying to figure out Draco's face, and this is more line art for the comic, as are these. Then I was trying to design an icon for myself for YouTube. Bailey J at the time had her goofy Bailey face, and like sort of like the idea of a sort of ironic self-portrait, but then I didn't end up liking any of those. So then I went with the whale and the flame design. I like some of these sketches better. But yeah, this you may recognize, although I edited the colors digitally and made the shape a little bit more round, but yeah. I was doing more studies with this when I don't know what happened to her eyes. Another witch concept. This was a video I was testing this little Kinder Egg paintbrush thing. There was a witch Sona thing going around, so I did this. And then I felt bad about making her so dark-skinned, but again, I didn't have any light skin tones and markers, so I had to work with what I had. I guess my witch Sona is just very tanned. It was funny because I felt like the cat came out really huge in this, but then, as it turns out, Kiwi also grew very huge, so. Here I was trying to draw a Hippocampus. That always confuses me because I think of the part of the brain, but apparently it's also a mythological creature. And then this is what I came up with. I based it on a sea dragon, but I felt like I ended up going too far in the sea dragon direction and like veering too far away from the horse, so I didn't really like how that came out. This is now April 2018. These animal sketches that you're about to see were like, I took requests of people's favorite animals or whatever. Can't remember what this guy was called. It was some kind of squirrel, but it was like crazy colors. I don't have the finished drawing in here because I gave it to the friend who requested this, but this was some fan art for This Might Get, which was a video series at the time by Memory Heart and Grace Helbig. And these were some foxes. I couldn't decide which type of fox to do for the person who requested a fox, so I just did all of them. I still very much like these designs. I was gonna do this in several sittings, but I'm past halfway and I'm like, I don't know, I feel good about keep going, but I don't know. Let me just cut the video and see how long I've been going, and if it's really long then I'll just cut here and make a new video. Okay, so with the intro and the flipping through the sketchbook, that was over 30 minutes of footage, so I'm gonna cut this video here and continue in the next one, so stay tuned soon-ish for part 2 to this video, and I'll see you then. Bye.